guys, it's me Noah coming at you with another video. I'm here deck profiling Symphonic gadgets. I actually wanted to give a huge shout out to Inch 95. I took a look at Symphonic support when it first came out and I was like, wow, this support is really cool. And I was like, I thought about some ways to do it. I was like, maybe I'll just do like a brilliant deck profile with gadgets. Because I wanted to do gadgets because I haven't done gadgets in a while and I'm a huge fan of the deck. And I was looking for a way for it to be really good. But yet again, this deck is just for fun. There is no actual good way yet, I'd say, to play it. I'm messing around with some of the ratios. I'm gonna do a little bit of some wild testing. Without further ado, I'm gonna go straight into the deck profile. This has the Symphonic Warrior engine. Inch 95 did a comparison video essentially on his channel to that and the Brilliant Fusion engine. But to start off, we play 2 gold, 2 silver. You play all of the gadgets and ratios of 2. Best stuff in the deck. Then we play 2 green. Green searches red. And then red searches yellow. A lot of hand synergy. The problem that this deck was having originally is that, it's a very normal summon orange deck. And it was really reliant on you having extra cards in order to make extra plays, which was the problem with the deck. It was like if you missed the first normal summon, or if you missed the right play, you lost. And especially with decks that are really fast paced nowadays, the way the game works, it was just the deck wasn't working. So I dropped the deck for a while, but with the Symphonic Warrior support, I actually thought the deck could do some pretty crazy stuff. I'm gonna go into it. We played 2 Guitar 0 to level 7 Pendulum. The card reads its scale effect that while it's in the scale, you can discard 1 card to special summon Symphonic Warrior from your deck. Normally you're going to special summon Mike's or the one of the radio that we play. We play 2 Mike's. Mike's is the level 1 in the scale. Mike's reads that his scale effect that when at the end of a turn, if there's a Symphonic Warrior banished, you can add it back to your hand. But you can special summon this card by removing 3 Symphonic counters that has no relevance to this deck, because we don't play the Symphonic field spell. But while this card is normal or special summon the turn it is, you get an additional normal summon, so you can do some pretty wacky stuff between that and Guitar. And next we play for the round off of the Symphonic stuff. We play 1 Synth S. Synth S may actually be the worst Symphonic Warrior, just because it's a flip effect. The game's too fast for that. But you do have to play 1 because it does add to the rank 4 toolbox. Next we play just a couple of cards to help the deck. We play 1 Glow Up Bulb. Obvious, you want to make Nat Beast. You want to be able to make Armades. Armades is really strong against Zodiac, so... we play 1 Fairy Tale Snow just as a problematic out, and sometimes you actually just need that push. And last but not least, we play LADD because LADD against a deck like Zodiacs can actually win you the matchup. So, I'm pretty sure that's it for monsters. The monster lineup's really straightforward. I'll show you essentially how it works at the end of the video. We play 2 instant fusion. I'm sorry, I'm super tired. Play 2 instant fusion. We play 3 targets in the extra deck. Essentially, sometimes you're going to brick not just because that's how the deck works or that's how the game works. So you can go instant fusion, special summon any of the 3 targets you have, and then go into an overlay and proceed to continue from there. 2 Iron Call. I know people don't like Iron Call, but Iron Call is really good because you can say you're sitting on a card. You can go Iron Call. Special the silver gadget or special the gold gadget, and during end phase when it dies you get to special summon another gadget. So next for 2 Us we play 2 Dark Hole. You need the back row removal. This deck has a really hard time with keeping up with other decks, so when you can remove boards you really should. Next we play 2 Twin Twister. This is a deck where it's okay for cards to go to the graveyard because you're going to be having so much utility and like the way you're moving them around. So it's okay for cards to go to the graveyard, and you need to hit as many cards as you possibly can because your plays really can't be interrupted, which is why I added the Pendulum support, but it's still a problem. Next for 1 Us we play the 1 Battle Scarred Raigeki. 1 Upstart because 39 is better than 40. And then last but not least, we play the Soul Charge just because sometimes you need to sit there and be able to make a board. Next we play, for traps, we play triple Trap Stun. I really like Trap Stun just because this is a rank 4 spam deck, so if you know you're going to need to be able to make that push, you can go Trap Stun. And especially if you're going first, like Trap Stun, they can't use the dimensional barrier. They're going to have to make a random guess. So next we play 3 Waboku. You should honestly probably play a better trap. I think the Solemn stuff is super important. Either the Solemn or the D barrier. I prefer to play the D barriers, but that's just me. When I was originally testing this deck, I was having an issue with seeing one card too many times or not seeing it when I needed to see it. So I'm playing Too Painful Escape. This card essentially reads that you contribute a card with the same type, attribute, and level, but with a different original name. And then you get to add a copy. With the same stats from your deck to your hand or from your graveyard to your hand. So it makes all of the utility plays really cool. It makes it so that you always have cards in your hand. Some people are going to say that it's not worth playing at 2. I think Painful Escape actually makes or breaks the deck. And then last but not least, we play 3 1-0s. We play 1 bottomless. I'd just play Solemn Strike. The Warning, I'd just play Strike. And then Vanities. The Vanities lock is actually really cool because you can open really strong, and then if you flip Vanities against like certain boards, you just flat out win. So next, going into the extra deck, I'm going to kind of fly through it, but I'll sit down and explain a couple of things. 1 second, I'm so sorry. 2 GGX, you need to be able to search for all of your machine stuff because it is essentially the combo fodder of the deck. GGX reads that you can detach 1 to search for a machine from your deck to hand or from your graveyard to hand, which makes doing all of the Mike's guitar stuff really cool. Next we play 1 Castel, 1 Gaga Samurai, removal. This card's really good and people are just starting to see how great it is. 1 Dark Rebellion. Dark Rebellion may actually be my favorite Xyz that you play in the deck. Just because in late game, this card really does help push. 1 Rhapsody and Berserk. This card can actually be quintessential in the Zodiac matchup and in the Mermail matchup because if you hit the right cards early on, you win. 1 Carnagorian. I really like Carnagorian because it helps protect back row, or it helps protect the scales when you really need to. 1 Abyss Dweller for the Mermail matchup. And then for your fusions, we play Nodin, and then you play 1 Darkfire and 1 Kanabola Warrior. Last but not least, we play Armades. Yet again, the Nat Beast was left at home. This time it's my fault though. So play Nat Beast. Armades is really good in the Zodiac matchup because you swing and they can't activate Whiptail. So. And then last but not least, you should probably play the Utopia package. I just don't own it. I don't really care if you play the Utopia package. I have my own personal opinions against that. One thing that I did want to showcase with the deck, though, is say you open Guitar. Guitar itself, like if you open any other card in the deck, makes a rank 4, or even allows you to do insane pushes. Say I discard like Dark Hole to activate Guitar's effect. If I'm going for the rank 4 play, I can go Synth and then normal summon any card in the deck and it does it. Or even do that and then activate Iron Call. Say there was a yellow Gadget in the graveyard. Now I'll bring back the yellow Gadget and I'll get to overlay and be able to search for cards. So, and last but not least, I wanted to, say I discard yellow for Guitar effect. You can special summon Mike's. Mike's provides you with an additional normal summon. So say like I already had my normal summon for the turn, say I normaled red, red allowed me to search the yellow that I ditch, and then Mike's gave me the additional normal summon. That's kind of how you make your LADD. And then when you make LADD like that, essentially you have a way to protect all of your cards, and then you have back row to do what you need to do. But this in the Zodiac matchup, because they have to activate the effect to switch to defense mode, and then in order to play the cards on top of each other. So light and darkness will always negate that. I thought that was really cool. But tell me what you think. Yet again, this deck is just a deck for fun. I'm going to be doing more testing with the numbers. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I guess I'll see you next week.